I'm Sophia.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're going to talk to you about what a reflex arc is. Alex, what is a reflex?
A reflex is the body's automatic response to a stimulus. It is rapid. It is faster than a normal thought process because it skips the brain and goes straight to the spinal cord. It is also involuntary, meaning we cannot decide or we cannot control it.
Yes, this means we have no control over this natural process that reacts to stimuli.
I'm going to explain to you why reflexes are important, and here are 3 reasons why. Number 1, reflexes protect the body. A reflex is a rapid response before your brain can even think about it, so reflexes prevent injury. For example, when your hand touches a hot stove and your hand pulls back immediately, preventing burns. So your reflexes prevent injury, and reflexes are important in our survival. Number 2, reflexes can also maintain homeostasis, so they can maintain our internal environment. For example, when your pupil dilate, adjusting to your light. So this is maintaining our internal environment. Number 3, reflexes allow quick responses. So reflexes use reflex arc, usually involving the spinal cord, instead of waiting for the brain, allowing quick responses.
Okay, and going based off of reflexes arc, there are actually 2 types. So the first type, we have monosynaptic reflex. This usually has no interneurons, but does have one synapse. So it skips the interneurons, but goes through one synapse. And so this kind of reflex is typically really fast, and it's mostly like a lightning reflex. So for instance, if you're at the doctor's office and they're using a hammer to hit against your knee and it causes a really fast reflex, that is autonomic. And so the signal does not travel through the brain since it's so fast. It just goes to the spinal cord and then goes straight to the muscle. And then so there's also a polysynaptic reflex that has 1 or more interneurons, meaning there are 1 or more synapses. So this is a more complex process due to the complexity of a situation. So an example of a polysynaptic reflex is when your pupil dilates to respond to adjusting the light. And I'm actually going to draw how this process happens. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you how a monosynaptic reflex happens and what that process is. So let's say we're at the doctor's office, okay? And he has a hammer. And then here's your patella, your knee, and then your foot. So we have this stimuli hitting the patella. And then so what happens is this receptor, they're called sensory receptors, and they receive this stimuli and sends it to the spinal cord. So this is called a sensory afferent neuron. So what happens after the stimulus occurs? The sensory neuron travels to the spinal cord, where it is going to be at the integration center. Okay, and remember, for a monosynaptic reflex, at the integration center, there are no interneurons, but there is 1 synapse, okay? 1 synapse.